They say we have been here for 60,000 years, but it's been much longer. We have been here since time before time began. We have come directly out of the dream time of the creative ancestors. We have lived and kept the earth as it was on the first day. And now from the CFTK TV studios, this is The Journey, brought to you by Chances, Northwest Community College, and Chisleta Carrier Nation. Welcome to The Journey. I'm your host, Robert Pictou. Today's show, we're coming to you from the traditional territory of the Tsimshian people. My guest today is Lekwalems community member Dana McKay. Now, Dana McKay made headlines last year when she swam from Prince Rupert to Lekwalems. Or did I get that backwards?
Yes, from Port Simpson to Prince Rupert.
Welcome to the show, Dana.
Thank you.
The last time we talked, you were in the middle of training for this event. But it happened it was the Aboriginal Day of last year?
Yes, June 21st. We chose June 21st because of the tides. That would kind of bring me through certain tough areas of the whole route.
What time did you enter the water?
I entered the water at 10 to quarter to 3. 10 to 3. We had a ceremony thing that happened down at the Rose Island there with the people that were there. They had a bonfire going. The dancers, Lekwalems dancers were down there. I told them that I would have to be in the water at a certain time, so then I would have to leave right at 3. And we went down there, everything was all set, all went as planned, and it was kind of funny at first, to everybody else, but to me, I thought I was getting all my stuff on, my flippers, my fins, my gloves, my cap, and then I looked out and I didn't see any boats there. And the first thing I thought of was like, where are my boats? And they were on the dock getting ready and still loading up stuff. And then about 5 minutes passed. I was in the water. I was doing my little praying thing before I left. And then one boat comes around Rose Island there. And as soon as I seen that boat, I asked, whose boat is that? And then I had I didn't even know what time it was. And then as soon as I seen that boat come around, I just took off. I was so excited, I was so anxious to get in there and start swimming, and I actually took off like about 10 to 3. I didn't wait for the other boats. As soon as I seen the one, I had just left.
Why did you pick 3 o'clock in the morning to start your swim?
That was so I can, for out here, out in the pass, that would hit the time where I would be kind of just pushed through, and then I would hit Metlakatla Pass at the right time, where the current would just push me right through Metlakatla. I wouldn't be fighting against the current, but turns out I didn't hit there on time, but I didn't feel like I was struggling anywhere. Like I felt like I was okay. I didn't feel like I was swimming against the current, which I was in some areas. And to the boats, the people that were on the boats, it did look like I was having a tough time trying to get through certain areas, but I felt like I was pretty good.
Now, the total distance, I think when we talked, it was 42 kilometers, was that correct?
It was actually, we calculated 52 kilometers, but on that day, I had the swim pattern all figured out, but I had to actually change it because of the currents. So instead of way out in the open, I had to kind of cut closer to shore. So I had to follow along the shorelines in some of the areas there, which made it more easier to try and catch the back eddies.
And so the distance What did it work out to be roughly?
They figured it was about 65 kilometers because I had to change the pattern and I had to follow along the shorelines there.
It seemed like from other people I've talked to, it was that first leg that kind of pushed you behind everything. Was the water choppy, or was it with the currents?
Yes, actually, break after passing here out into the open ocean, coming across Big Bay. That's where it wasn't calm. It was kind of choppy to me, but to the boats it was really nice. But because I'm in the water and swimming, it's totally different. And
The Journey will be right back after these messages. And now from the CFTK TV studios, The Journey, brought to you by Chances, Northwest Community College, and Chisleta Carrier Nation. Welcome back to The Journey. I'm your host, Robert Pictou. I'm here with Lachlan Lamb's community member, Dana McKay, and she's telling me about her experience into the sea cancer-free. Now, Dana, just before the break, you were telling me about a difficult spot that you had because of the choppy waters, and that was at Jap Point? Yes. And then from there, you said, did it get any easier from there?
yes, I felt like I was really swimming faster than like I did 10 minutes before then. Yeah, because I've noticed it, and I was picking up a lot of time, and I felt like I wasn't struggling, which I know the boats would, because I know a couple of the boats there, they wanted to just pick me up and move me over here. But I couldn't do that, even though it looked like I was struggling to them, but yes.
Now, I've talked to other family members, community members, and they all said that you had this burning determination that you were not going to stop and not get out of the water, even for your nutrition breaks. Is that correct?
Yes. There was a couple of nutrition breaks that I did stop. I did bring stuff for me to snack on, but like protein bars, I can't have a full meal or anything, so I brought protein bars, something to keep my energy up, Gatorade, bananas, and water. But when I took my first 2 breaks, I was like floating there in the water, and I was thinking that I can't sit here and eat this bar for 5 minutes, because the whole time I was thinking that I gotta go, I gotta be there now. I was like, so after that first 2 times of nutrition breaks for the protein bars, Gatorade, I just told them that I can't eat my protein bar. I'll just stick with the bananas and water, and it did. It kind of pushed me right through, and to me, it felt like I covered enough time. Like I didn't want to sit there floating around for 5 minutes to try and have my protein break. But the bananas kind of really pushed me through there.
Along the course that you were going past the community of Metlakatla, did any of the community members come out?
Yes, they did. After Jap Point there, maybe halfway across, coming up to the turn of Metlakatla Pass, there was a few boats that I've noticed, because when I was swimming, I would have my head to one side and then the other side, and I started noticing more boats, and so I couldn't recognize who they were, so I kind of just said I wanted to take a breather and just looked around, and yes, I noticed that there was a few gillnet boats, speed boats. I did hear everything. I heard everything on the whole day. After people started coming out, I heard people screaming at me, saying, "Go, Dana, go." And those are the things that kind of really got me going. And There was a point to where I came when I was like, oh my God, how much longer is this going to, because I started thinking stuff like that. And then that's when a lot of people started coming out and hearing them sing. I heard kids singing. I heard people banging their boats, drums, and I heard everything.
Now, when you were swimming along, was there any time where it got scary?
Yes. Yes, there was one part where it's not really nothing big, but it was, for me, it was something that I had to be cautious with. And that was came up to Metlakatla Pass, and I had to cut across. That wasn't the scary part, but I had to cut across the Metlakatla Pass there to the other side to catch the back eddies. And I know it was really close to shore. I came up to one area there where I kind of swam right over a rock where it scraped my wetsuit, and that's the first thing that I thought of, was like, that was really close. But that was the only part that was scary for me, was that I was swimming close to shore and we can't see these underwater rocks.
The Journey will be right back after these messages.